Hey y'all, so I wanted to talk briefly about the fact that you cannot change what other people do. You can only change yourself. And sort of this responsibility that I feel for people's happiness or helping other people and all of that kind of stuff. My whole life, I've always dealt with, stretching myself too thin and wanting to help everyone. It's really come up a lot more this week for multiple reasons. One of them, Chester's death. I have a friend who's in the hospital right now. I have another friend who is just going through a really rough time, and I'm trying to be there for her. And someone else that is, she's also going through a really rough time. And all of these people that have their individual lives going on, but they reach out to me, and I try to be there for them, and I try to make time in my day to go see these people, all the while I am, working full time and all this stuff. And it's so easy to feel guilty whenever people make decisions that aren't good for them, that aren't good for other people, and it's so easy to feel like you could do something, or you could have done something that maybe would have changed the course of someone's life. All of these what ifs, they don't matter, because thinking about all the stuff you could have done, all it does is torment you. It just torments you about the what ifs and with the what could have beens, because it doesn't change anything. Nothing good comes out of that. The only thing that possibly good could come out of it is if you stop that cycle in your brain, and instead of thinking of the past, you take that motivation and that spur of emotion into the present. And it's a really hard lesson to learn, the one that other people make their own decisions, that they are the ones that made the decision, and you yourself weren't a part of that. You weren't the one that made the decision. You're not the one that can change that decision. Even if you help someone sway their mind on something, you specifically aren't the one that makes that decision. You aren't the one that changes someone's life. They are the one that does that, And one of my friends who is, struggling with a lot of things right now, I went on a really long speech. I preach a lot to these people, all of my friends, and they always laugh at me because they're like, oh, you're going on another one of your long-winded speeches. But, I was telling her that, she's been in these sort of situations before, and she's going to find herself back in those situations unless she makes a change, unless she specifically wants to change, that she is the one that takes the initiative. Because, if you don't want to get better, or you inside yourself, you can't find that drive or that, yearning for change, any of that, then you're not going to change. People around you can support you all they can give you all the advice you need, but it really comes down to you, because unless you take that help, unless you ask for that help, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change, because it's your life, And, for yourself, that's empowering, because you're like, I have this ability to change or to not change. It can also be overwhelming, but for the people around you that you care about, that's a hard lesson to learn, because, we don't want to just watch our friends and our family and stuff deteriorate in front of our eyes. We don't want to watch people just go down the wrong path. We want to change them. We want to shake them and be like, what are you doing, And I mean, I get that way with myself sometimes, but it's so hard to realize that all you can do sometimes is be there for a person and have an open ear and maybe a hug. And there's really nothing you can do that's going to change the way someone lives their life unless they want to change. And if you're the person that's in the situation that needs to change, their life or turn something around, I want you to hear this. The future doesn't exist. It's only the past and the present. And if the future doesn't exist and there's only the past and the present, you can't change the past, but you can change your present moment, which in turn changes the future, because the future is the present. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going on this whole crazy tangent, but I just want y'all to understand that it is possible to change. It can be difficult, but it is possible to change, but you can't change other people. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be there for them or give them words of encouragement and support and help and stuff. Like, yes, do that. But that's not going to change a person. That's not going to be the thing that makes someone turn their life around or forces them to make a specific decision, you know? It comes down to them. And all you can do is offer what you have, and maybe they'll take it. It's the old saying, you know? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.